everyone, and welcome to the 2015 Virginia Beach Middle School Wrestling Championships. We're coming to you from Ocean Lakes High School. What you see today in the final round from 15 weight groups. More than 200 student athletes arrived here today with the hopes of being crowned city champion. We have finished with the preliminary rounds. We're now down to the top 2 wrestlers in each weight class. I'm Jeff Barba, and joining me today is our wrestling expert, Donald Drew, a longtime competitor and coach. And Don, what can we expect to see here today?
We'll see some great matches this afternoon. These 2 middle school divisions have been very competitive all season, and that's a real credit to the dedication of all these young athletes, as well as the coaches and staff.
Now, of course, the object is for a wrestler to pin his opponent. If no one's pinned, we go to the points. If you're not familiar, there are 5 ways to score points in this competitive wrestling match. One is a takedown worth 2 points, right, Don?
It is. A takedown occurs when 2 wrestlers are in a standing, neutral position. They'll attempt to take each other down and control the other on the mat.
Now, another way to score is to escape your opponent's hold.
Escape can be scored by the wrestler on bottom who's being controlled by their opponent. By getting away and returning to a neutral position, they establish 1 point.
And then a great way to pick up 2 points is a reversal move, correct?
Exactly. It's 2 points if you're on bottom and then come from underneath and gain control of your opponent.
Now, tell us about a near fall or back points. That's a good way to rack up a few points as well.
Yes, you really can do it that way. You score near fall points when you place your opponent in a near pin situation. That occurs when the back is placed in near proximity to the mat, when one shoulder is touching the mat and angled at 45 degrees towards the mat, or when your opponent is placed in a high back bridge facing the mat. Now, the duration of these situations determines whether 2 points or 3 points are extended.
That's a great way to pick up a bunch of points. And then, unfortunately, there are times where the penalty points have to be assigned, correct?
Unfortunately, that is the case. Penalty points are awarded when illegal holds or technical violations occur. A few examples of that might be unnecessary roughness, fleeing the mat or stalling, or unsportsmanlike conduct.
Well, thanks, Don, for the rundown. And folks, in addition to crowning individual champions today, there's also a team competition. We'll talk about the scoring of that as we go along. So with that, let's go ahead and we're going to go to the mat for our first match of the final round at the 71-pound weight class. Matt Aldette from Brandon versus Aiden McCary from Princess Anne. The Brandon wrestler, Aldette, is in the green. Aiden McCary from Princess Anne will be representing the red, and that's how they'll be colored. That's on their ankles you'll be able to see. The wrestler from Princess Anne has taken the aggressor right at the start and has picked up 2 points right at the start there. The takedown. Aidlet, the Brandon wrestler, is trying to get out of the hold, is desperately trying for an escape. Well, McCrary from Princess Anne has certainly proven to be the aggressor so far in this match. And a pin. McCrary actually gets the pin at the end of the first round. So as a win for Aiden McCrary from Princess Anne on a pin at the 60-second mark. And here we go, the second match of the day at the 77-pound weight class. Representing Corporate Landing Jets, that's Preston Meyer. He's in the blue with the Columbia blue trim siglet. He is wearing the green anklet. And another wrestler from Princess Anne, Thomas Wiley, he just picked up the takedown of 2 points. Thomas is in the black siglet with the yellow trim, and he is wearing the red anklet. Thomas doing a pretty good job staying on. And the headgear came off. And Meyer goes to the bottom. Thomas Wiley from Princess Anne will be on top for the restart. And they're off. They're both quick. As soon as the ref blew the whistle, they were both moving. Wiley's doing what he can to try to turn Preston Meyer so he can possibly pull off a pin. Speaking of pins, Preston Meyer advanced from the semifinals into this finals round with a pin to hit against his opponent in 11 seconds into the match. Thomas Wiley advanced with a pin 3 minutes and 11 seconds into his. So both are used to winning that way. The end of the first. Now the second round, another 60-second round. Meyer from Corporate Landing started off on top that time. Wiley's on the bottom, just trying to keep some balance. Try to fend off any of Meyer's attacks. Yes, they're always trying to grab a hold of each other's arms and hands and such as to eliminate any leverage that the opponent might end up having. Both out of bounds. Again, this middle school wrestling championship is brought to you as a partnership between Virginia Beach City Public Schools and Virginia Beach Television. Meyer trying to get any kind of takedown points here. And he slams Wiley to the mat. Again, Wiley will start off on the bottom. Here comes Meyer on the top. Wiley represents Princess Anne's second wrestler in the finals, here being the second match of the day. They had a very good regular season, Princess Anne did. Nice move, nice takedown. 2 points. Preston Meyer has certainly become the aggressor here in the second round. Out of bounds. Wiley tried a quick reversal. Not successful. Myers was able to kind of keep his balance and keep Wiley from completing that turn. And the final round, minute 30. Kind of jumping the gun there. Wiley on top. Again, the 77-pound weight class. Thomas Wiley from Princess Anne in the black versus Preston Meyer from Corporate Landing. He's in the blue with the Columbia blue trim. Wiley doing what he can to try to turn him, but Preston Meyer will have none of that. Good crowd on hand today for this annual event, which just continues to grow and grow. We started off today with more than 200 wrestlers. Try to kick out. Was unsuccessful. Wiley still maintaining control. They can't turn him. Meyer just will not let go. Wiley, that's one of the reasons why Wiley can't get anything.
see what it's like down there.
And that's the match. John McCrary from Princess Anne is your citywide champion at 84 pounds. John McCrary from Princess Anne with the red. And we have Diego New from Brandon Middle, and he is wearing the green ankle brand. These are the finals. Both are competing to become the city champion at the 84-pound class. Neither wrestler's gained an advantage yet. Both kind of sizing each other up, jockeying for position. 20 seconds left in this first round. And approximately 6 seconds left. Neither wrestler has been able to gain any kind of advantage in this first round. Don, is that normal, where not a lot of activity? You got two wrestlers who are basically just kind of circling each other and making some contact? What are they looking for?
They're both tentative. They're feeling each other out, trying to search out an opening. Oftentimes it works that way. Also be aware that it's just 1 minute for the first period in middle school.
New from Brandon is rolling McCrary from Princess Anne over. Trying to get some weapon.
Potential tilt points being established there, or back point. May not be enough. No, it was.
Well, Diego New from Corporate Landing he's got McCrary pretty good. He's just not letting go. McCrary definitely trying to get some sort of escape points.
But we have an escape here. 1 point.
And he did. He got a point for the escape, so it's 2-1 right now in favor of Diego New from Brandon. Approximately 45 seconds left here in the second round, a round of 1:30. Both wrestlers are back in the stand-up position, which is how they spent the entire first round. Again, both are trying to find a point of attack. They're freed. Trying to lock up somewhere where somebody can get an advantage and get a point. Oh!
Beautiful fireman's carry. All he needs to do is finish it up.
McCrary defended it pretty well. And that's the end of the second round. Right now, Diego New from Brandon has a 2-1 advantage over John McCrary from Princess Anne. And if he's related to Aiden, who won the 71-pound, it's we have a wrestling family here at Princess Anne Middle.
A dynasty in the making.
And perhaps a lot of holes in drywall. The action's picked up a little bit. McCrary's picked up the pace here. He had New on his head there for a few moments. New's fighting his way out. New's desperately trying to fight his way out and hold on to that 1-point lead. McCrary's trying to get at least an equalizer or jump into the lead. And we're under a minute in the final round. 84-pound weight class. John McCrary from Princess Anne versus Diego New from Brandon.
We should be able to get 1 point out of this.
The action's picking up as we get under 40 seconds left in this match. What was that called, Don?
I didn't see what he said there. He may have been locking hands on top. It might have been stalemate.
Okay. McCrary's on top. 30 seconds left in this match. 2-1 in favor of Diego New from Brandon. Coaches just shouting out instructions for this final push. McQuarrie desperately needs a point to at least tie and stay in the match. 10 seconds. Diego New hanging on. 5 more seconds and he's city champion. And that's the match. And your city champion at 84 pounds is Diego New from Brandon.
Not a high-scoring match, but very intense, a lot of action.
And it was. Again, the sportsmanship displayed by both student athletes as they go over and shake hands with the opposing coaches. No shame in that defeat there for John McQuarrie. That was a, like you said, very intense, well fought match. Garrett Schranz from Princess Anne is in the green, and Potassium from Lansdowne is in the red. Remember, our first round is a 60-second round. Potassium's on top, trying to gain some leverage, get a move, and he's already picked up 2 points on a takedown. Giovanni Potassium up 2-0 here early in the match, halfway through the first round at 30 seconds. Garrett Schranz looking for his opportunity to get out, possibly get a point off an escape.
All right, that was good for 1 point.
Giovanni, 10 seconds. 10 seconds, Giovanni.
Garrett Schranz from Princess Anne, who's got no top. That's the end of the first round. Giovanni Potassium from Lansdowne is up 2-0 here as we get ready to start our second round at 1:30. Good crowd on hand here enjoying this. For folks, a good crowd on hand for folks here enjoying the competition. The wrestling community has turned out in full force here in Virginia Beach today.
Yes, it has. This is a very impressive crowd for a middle school event.
And a great venue, Ocean Lakes High School. It's they've been excellent hosts here and have really set this gym up nicely. Here comes the start of the second round. Giovanni Potassium from Lansdowne will be on top. Garrett Schranz from Princess Anne.
False start on that last whistle.
Well, quickness is everything. They're going to try to take advantage of every opportunity they can to break on
You get
through.
do-overs there without any penalty.
Garrett Schranz trying to get out of that so he can pick up a point off an escape, but Giovanni Potassium wrestling back to the mat and out of bounds. Well, the crowd's starting to pick it up for their favorite wrestler. 13 middle schools in Virginia Beach start a competition today. Remember, there is a team championship as well. We'll start talking about how those points are tallied. And a loss of headgear. Garrett Schranz has lost his headgear, but so it doesn't seem to be in any immediate danger. They're allowing the match to continue. And Schranz picked up a couple of points on a reversal and a takedown. He's up 4-2 now. Schranz seems to be the aggressor now. Potassium is trying to get out of there. There's 30 seconds left in the second round. He's spinning around on his head, but just can't get him all the way over where he can try to attempt any kind of a pin.
He's got that arm bar in there pretty tight. It's hard to fight that.
Potassium's trying to do any kind of a kick-out move there so he can get some sort of an escape. Finds himself down by 2 here at the end of the second round. And into our third and final round, 92nd round. Schrantz will put his headgear back on. And Schrantz finds himself going into this third round with a 6-2 advantage over Giovanni Protassen. Princess Anne has put on quite a show here in the first three weight classes.
Very impressive.
Yeah. Many of these students, when they continue on into high school, will be at Kellam High School. Once again, Schrantz has lost his headgear. Clock stops anytime that the ref blows his whistle, so it's not ongoing. We have 1:14 left in this round, this final round. And Schrantz is up 8-2 now. With his last takedown before this restart. Schrantz is now just holding on. He's got less than a minute to be crowned city champion with an 8-2 lead. I'm not saying that that's insurmountable, but he's fairly dominant in this match.
Definitely. He's got a comfortable lead, and all he has to do is keep bearing on the pressure.
I mean, you never want to put it in cruise control. You can certainly lose that big lead by falling victim to a pin.
Yeah. Well, they always say the best defense is a good offense.
25 seconds left here in the third and final round of this match. Garrett Schrantz from Princess Anne with a commanding 8-2 lead over Giovanni Protassen from Lansdowne. This is the first Lansdowne representative we've seen in the finals thus far. Seems that Princess Anne and Brandon have had some success so far today. But Protassen's not going to go down without a fight. He's desperately trying to get some sort of an escape or a reversal or something to try to pull a quick pin in the last 8 seconds of this match.
And the top man's got that arm bar in there again.
And Garrett Schrantz has done just enough, and he's held on to win the 91-pound weight class by a score of 8-2 over Giovanni Protassen from Lansdowne. Another good match. 1 minute first round. The action's begun. Both of them are trying to look for an advantage. Neither has been the aggressor thus far, although there comes Sansone from Princess Anne trying to make some sort of an inroad. Fended off well by Adamski from Lansdowne. And Adamski tried to dive down to the ankles or knees there of Sansone. To no avail.
Looking for that opening, just trying to find something that works.
Sometimes it takes a while. We saw that in that earlier match where the entire first round was spent that way.
Right.
At what point do the refs step in at that and say, okay, let's get something going?
They will. They'll do that. That would be stalling. They warn either one wrestler. Sometimes they warn them both at the same time.
Ah, gotcha. Well, the action's picked up a little bit here right at the end of this first round. Adamski's trying to get something on Sansone. The round's over to 0-0. No one picked up an advantage on that. Looks like the action will pick up a little bit here, starting with the second round, 90 seconds. Sansone from Princess Anne will go to the floor. Adamski on top. Do wrestlers prefer that set position, or would they rather start off standing up? Do wrestlers prefer that set position to start, or do they like starting off standing up?
That's a preference. If you're a good wrestler on your feet, you will, when you have an option, elect to be on your feet instead of taking the top position.
Okay. And I saw the ref, tosses a coin there, and I guess offers the option to the competitors.
Right. When you have choice, you're given the option of top, bottom, or the neutral position.
Okay. Adamski's got Sansone up. Sansone picks up 1 point on the escape. 50 seconds left here in the second round, and Sansone from Princess Anne with a 1-0 lead. This has been very even thus far.
Good single leg attempt.
Damski trying to get some leverage there where he can kind of work that leg to his advantage and maybe flip Sansone over.
He does, and the defensive man has. Oh. That's a 2-point takedown.
On a 2-point takedown there.
And
2 points for Damski.
And he returned it with an escape.
It's 2-2. Sansone with the picked up the point off his escape there.
That was a real well executed single leg takedown.
So Adamski from Lansdowne is in the red and black singlet. Sansone in the navy blue with the gold panther on the front there, the Princess Anne logo, mascot. And of course the ever-present panther paw on the back. 25 seconds left here in round 2. We're at the 98-pound weight class. Both wrestlers looking for an advantage to close out this round. 2-2.
Double leg takedown. He reeled it in. Didn't convert right on the edge of the mat there. That's unfortunate.
And that's the end of our second round. We're tied up 2-2 with Kate Adamski from Lansdowne versus Nicholas Sansone from Princess Anne. You mentioned that he didn't convert over there on that one. What would he have done what would he should have done or could have done to have actually gained a couple of points out of that?
Well, he could have gotten it. He should have had it. The problem was he was right on the edge of the mat, and they weren't able to call it by the time he had gone out of the circle. If it had been if they'd been in the center of the circle, it would have been called 2 points.
Well, the action slowed down just a little bit here. I think both of them are just looking for any way to squeeze out one more point. There's 40 seconds left in this round. Is that a stalemate situation, or was that more of somebody just was not doing something right?
It could have been a stalemate situation. Also, if there's no material activity going on and they're near the edge of the circle, they'll oftentimes blow a whistle and bring them back to the center.
We're early in the championship finals, folks. We have many more weight classes to go. Well, both are desperately trying to get some sort of a takedown.
He's got a deep whizzer hooked in on his arm.
And that's the end of that match. We're at the end of that round, we go to a 1 minute. Is it sudden death, the first one that scores a point in the overtime?
Right, after the first round of overtime is sudden death. First person to score wins the match.
All right. We're 2-2 in our first extra period. Both of these wrestlers have been evenly matched. It's not hard to see how they ended up into the final round.
This is where you really want to go in there and just get that one quick takedown and go home.
Oh, there's a takedown.
And there we have it.
2 points for the Princess Anne wrestler on the takedown, and the match is over. From Larkspur, he'll be wearing the red anklet, and he is wearing the purple singlet.
I guess a couple of new schools in this round.
Yeah. First time we've seen Salem and Larkspur represented here. And this is the 105-pound weight class. Wrestler from Salem, again, is Jason Schwartz. Dominic Abadonde is representing Larkspur. Again, like so many matches we've seen thus far, both wrestlers looking for an edge, looking for a way in, basically, to start the attack. And there you go. That was a Larkspur wrestler who dove in, and now the Salem Jason
He went right for the cradle. from a standing position. Very impressive.
And Schwartz finds himself up by 2 because of that. Clearly the aggressor in this early part of this fight is working toward a pin. Abadande is desperately trying to get out of that, but Jason Schwartz has got him pretty much where he wants him right now.
Cradle's one of the toughest moves to get out of.
Oh, nice move. Schwartz finds himself up 5-0 at the end of that round. The Larkspur wrestler is elected to go bottom. And Jason Schwartz from Salem will take the top to start the action here in the second round. So Schwartz up 5-0 here. Looking to try to increase his lead. Bonde will have nothing to do with that.
He's peeling him away. He should.
Coach is a little demonstrative in their instruction over there, basically showing him how to do the move to get out of that.
That's the coach's job, I guess. Going for a switch here. One-point escape.
Yeah, Larkspur wrestler picked up 1 point for that escape there. Trailing by 4 with 35 seconds left here in the second round. As we start moving up in weight class, I noticed that they're a little quicker, a little more pronounced with their moves.
He went right for the cradle while still in the neutral position. Was able to get a takedown out of it.
Ten seconds left here in the second round. Jason Schwartz from Salem still seems very much in control, up 7-3 right now. And that's the end of the second round. Well, we've got 90 seconds left here in this match for Dominic Abonde. He's going to be desperately looking to make up some points with a 4-point deficit here. Jason Schwartz has been pretty much in command of this match here, picking up his points here and there, but he's been solid. He's been resisting any kind of a counter from his opposition.
He sure has. He really was able to capitalize when they were both on their feet, scoring takedowns and back points in both situations.
Well, at some point here, Jason Schwartz is not necessarily put it down in a shutdown mode. You never want to do that when there's always the opportunity to lose by a pin, but you don't want to exert too much energy here either.
Exactly.
If he's got a 5-point lead here. We picked up a point off the escape there, and 53 seconds left in the match.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to stall, but at the same time, you don't want to risk yourself in a dangerous situation. Tightened up here a little bit.
.25 seconds left, and Bondi has cut the deficit a little bit, 8-5.
He's trying to make.
Can he find 3 points in less than 20 seconds?
Yeah, he's trying to make something happen here. He's going to have to do it pretty quickly, only 15 seconds.
Schwartz is going to do whatever he can to hang on. He's got a 2-point lead now. The time's running out.
Good match. Great effort at the end.
Jason Schwartz hangs on for an 8-6 victory. Joshua has the red band. Tuffy will be in the green.
That was a really good move.
And it was quick, and suddenly Joshua Sterling from Great Neck jumps into a quick 2-0 lead here, 10 seconds into the match. That nice takedown. And 1 point there for Jaden Cuffey for the escape.
Took him on his back, put him in a headlock.
2 points. 2 more points there for Jaden Cuffey on the takedown. Cuffey from Salem has jumped to a 3-2 lead.
He'll end up with the 2 points for the takedown and 3 more going into the second period if he doesn't pin him. There's the 3.
And what were those 3 points for? The near fall?
Near fall.
Okay.
The headlock took him to the mat. That allowed him to get the 2 points for a takedown, and then the 3-point near fall.
Well, Cuffey comes out of the first round with a decisive 6-2 lead. However, Joshua Sterling has shown some good moves so far in that first round. He may be able to make up this deficit real quick.
No doubt about it. The match is young.
Cuffey from Salem wearing the dark and gray singlet. And Joshua Sterling from Great Neck with the maroon and white trim singlet. Well, Cuffey's doing what he can to try to turn Sterling. Sterling will have nothing to do with that.
Sterling's doing a good job of controlling the wrist on bottom.
I don't think Cuffey's satisfied with a 4-point lead. I think he's going for a pin here. He keeps trying to turn Sterling every chance he gets.
He's being very aggressive on top.
Yeah.
Got a reverse cradle on Sterling. Getting his back points at this
They're
juncture.
both in a position that they could be pinned. Sterling's holding on for dear life, trying to keep Cuffey where he is and maybe even get a pin himself. But Cuffey's trying to get that final leverage on Sterling.
Reverse cradles are good for points. Sometimes they're hard to finish the deal with and actually get the pin.
And we go into our third and final round. Jaden Cuffey from Salem up 9-2 right now. He's definitely been the aggressor through most of this match. He is really working Sterling to try to turn him and try to get that pin. And right now that seems like Sterling getting a pin is the only way he might win this match because he's down by 7 and he has struggled against Cuffey from Salem.
He has.
And Sterling's on top right now.
This is where he can make something happen.
Return Cuffey.
Trying to run that arm.
Yeah, Joshua Sterling from Great Neck has certainly been a lot more aggressive, but he just let Cuffey out, and Cuffey was able to get a nice reverse there to where he picks up 2 more points. And again, he goes right back to trying to turn Sterling. Jaden Cuffey's been very impressive in this match thus far.
Oh,
There he goes. He's finally got Sterling on his back. He's been working this for 3 rounds now, trying to get him down there. Sterling desperately trying to fight back. Ref's looking to see. He's right in there. If there's any opportunity for a pin, less than 10 seconds. And by a score of 11-2, Jaden Cuffey from Salem defeats Joshua Sterling here in the finals of the 112-pound weight class. Congratulations to both competitors. Yeah, Cuffy.
Good effort by
Cuffy
both wrestlers.
Yeah, Cuffy did everything but pin Sterling, but Sterling just wouldn't let him get that last bit of leverage on him.
He didn't, and he was able to execute some good moves on him.
The first round of our 119-pound class finals. Another representative from Princess Anne, wearing the navy and gold trim singlet.
Quick 2-point takedown
There,
for Great Neck.
Looked like a slight mistake on the Princess Anne wrestler, and Great Neck pounced right on it.
And Great Neck is really employing that arm bar. They seem to be stressing that with all their wrestlers.
Well, Morris from Great Neck is on top there of the Senecola from Princess Anne. It's the second time we've seen Great Neck represented in the finals. Princess Anne, this is about the fifth, I think.
That's a very effective way of levering your opponent over.
Oh, he had him up. End of the round. We're coming to you from Ocean Lakes High School. This is the 2015 Virginia Beach City Middle School City Championships. The weight class of 119 pounds. Our Princess Anne wrestler, Andrew Senecola, is in a bit of distress there. It's like he might have suffered some sort of an injury or something. They're checking him out. Of course, there's always properly trained medical staff at all these events. Plenty of public safety presence as normal. It's a great environment today. I'd like to thank the crew from Virginia Beach Television, VBTV, we partnered with yet again to bring another great school-based event, another great middle school event. We just did the middle school debate finals just recently, and now we're into athletics here. So getting the best of both worlds in 1 week. Well, Senecola now has turned into the aggressor here in the second round, trying to gain some points. He's down by 5. Minute left here in the second round. Edward Morse from Great Neck doing what he can to maintain his 5-point lead and not be shrunk or have anything worse happen.
He's really applying the pressure with that half Nelson.
That's a tough hole to get out of.
It really is. Although having said that,
well, Morse is keeping his feet moving, which is keeping him. He's moving the action around the mat, and it might be keeping him out of danger. But Senecola has really turned it on this second round. He keeps pushing Morse back down on the mat. Won't let him have a break there. Action stop with 13 seconds left in this round. Both wrestlers back to the center of the mat. Morse is the bottom, Senecola top. Senecola is trying to turn him. Morse won't let him have it.
he held on. I thought he had a reversal there for a moment. A lot of action for 13 seconds.
Yes, it was. We go to our final 90 seconds of this match. 5-2. Edward Morse from Great Neck with 5. Andrew Senecola from Princess Anne with 2 on that final, that last reversal there. And Morse again on the bottom. He flips Morse over to the side on the mat.
Still
Senecola
applying. Still
trying
applying
to crawl
that.
back into this with some more points. Trailing 5-2. Senecola was trying to pin him up with the shoulders. It flipped over.
He's trying to work that a reverse cradle, but it didn't materialize there.
After that early 5-0 lead, Morse has been just hanging on. Senecola has definitely been the aggressor in rounds 2 and now 3. Trying to turn Morse.
Applying that pressure from the top position.
He's trying to turn Morse to get this win. He trails by 3 with 35 seconds left in the round.
Well, he knows he's going to have to make something happen. He's only got 30 seconds to do it.
Morse is gamely defending his position the best he can, but Senecola, once again, trying to turn him. He's got 10 seconds to do it. Morse won't allow him to leverage. That's the match. And Edward Morse from Great Neck wins it 5-2 over Andrew Senecola, who put on a game display there in rounds 2 and 3. And folks, we're actually halfway through. This is the 9th weight class. It only gets bigger and better from here. So, Don, as a former coach, is there one thing that you would stress more than other? Is it more conditioning or just more technique, or is it a combination of everything when you're trying to teach these young men?
It's got to be technique. You can oftentimes be stronger. Fitness is important, endurance, but you got to know your essentials. Just the basic double leg, single leg, takedowns, the cradle, the half Nelson. Just have to work them and work them.
Well, Avery Byram from Lynn Haven has jumped out to a quick 2-0, no, a 2-1 lead. Jordan Dominski from Brandon managed to pull off a point for an escape. And that's it for the first round. It's 2-1 with Avery Byram from Lynn Haven, leading Jordan Dominski from Brandon. We're at the 126-pound weight class here in the finals of the Virginia Beach Middle School League Wrestling Tournament. We're happy to partner with VBTV to bring this activity to you, and we look forward to doing more activities in the future. All this will be shown on VBTV and on YouTube channels and things like that.
All right,
Byram trying to be the aggressor as he lifts Dominski up and over and puts him right back down on the mat.
He executed a nice switch, but it was thwarted. His opponent picked him up and brought him down to the mat.
All that, no points awarded.
Nothing happened. A lot of action, nothing happened.
But I got the crowd excited, and that's all that's important here. Avery Byram trying to turn Jordan Dominski. Dominski from Brandon is definitely
Here comes
trying
another
to kick out.
switch, but it didn't work.
Again, that's one of those situations that they've been in the center of the mat. He had a little bit more room. He might have executed that for a couple of points.
Right, the whistle blew before anything panned out. Now, he did it again. He's working that.
Well, that time it kind of backfired on him, so he was trying to lift him off the mat.
2-point reversal.
And Dominski actually got a couple of points there on the reversal. Brandon wrestlers up 3-2 with 20 seconds left here in the second round.
That was a good example of executing one move, a switch, which didn't work out, but he went into a second move and converted for a reversal.
Time's winding down here at the end of the second round. And we go into our third and final round with Jordan Dominski from Brandon Middle School up 3-2 over Avery Byram from Lynn Haven.
We've got a close one here.
Our final 90 seconds. Not only this match, but for the season for these wrestlers. Both will be looking to score some quick points here in the final round with a 1-point deficit. Referee has ordered them back to the center of the mat for a restart. 1:15 left here at the in our third and final period. Dominski tried to pull some sort of a reversal there. Dominski from Brandon with a lightning bolt on the back.
And we have a reversal.
Another reversal. There's 2 more points for Avery Byram, giving him a 4-3 lead.
We should have some back points here as well.
And he's desperately trying to turn Dominski from Brandon for the pin. Dominski's picking his, so there it is. Our first pin of the day here at the 126 weight class. Avery Byram from Lynn Haven defeats Jordan Dominski from Brandon. Gagoski from Princess Anne in the dark navy blue singlet with the gold panther paw. Lynn Haven is in the navy blue and the orange and gray trim.
2-point takedown.
Stoddard for Lynn Haven jumps on the board quickly there with that reversal. Gagoski from Princess Anne still got him locked up. And is trying to gain some leverage. Both of them restart here in the center of the mat. That was Stoddard diving for Gagoski's legs. He's got him up and over his shoulder. Back down to the mat.
Reeled him in with a nice double leg takedown.
With 22 seconds left here, going into this restart. We've got Cole Stoddard from Lynn Haven up 4-1 right now over Edward Gagoski of Princess Anne. That's Stoddard who was on top. And that was the end of the first round. The score 4-1, Cole Stoddard from Lynn Haven up on top of Edward Gagoski from Princess Anne. Crowd's cheering him on. Gagoski's got Stoddard into the hole. They both tumble out of bounds. We're in the second round, the 92nd round. Gagoski made sure that Stoddard wasn't getting anywhere on that restart. As soon as he started to kick out, he had him by the ankle.
He sure did. He did get a point here, though, just then. We got an escape just at the edge of the circle.
5-1 here in Stoddard's favor.
Reaching deep with a single leg, trying to reel it in.
He's trying to turn Stoddard.
His opponent flattened him out, and he's trying to spin around behind him.
Gagoski back on top of Stoddard. Cole Stoddard from Lynn Haven trying to get out of that hold and drives them to the side and out of bounds. 45 seconds left here in the second round. Cole Stoddard from Lynn Haven is up 5-1 right now in this match. Both start in the neutral position. Gagoski's trying to get something going here. Gains some more leverage. And out of bounds.
2-point takedown.
Is that a penalty point there?
No, he got the takedown.
Oh, he did get the takedown, okay. Great.
And that makes it really tough when it's right on the edge there because you don't know whether or not.
Well, Gagoski's narrowed the gap. 5-3 in Stoddard's favor right now. This has been a very active second round.
Nice roll.
Neither one of these wrestlers are giving ground.
They aren't.
Stoddard was cautioned for, I guess his hand on the back of the head?
It was a potentially dangerous move there with the arm.
Caution, no penalty points awarded, just a caution.
That was a well-executed switch reversal.
A nice. Nice move on Stoddard and Kikoski.
Headlock.
He's trying to turn Kikoski.
That's the end of the second period.
And that was an active end of a period. We saw that. We saw three different reversals in about 12 seconds, resulting in a 12-5 score right now in favor of Cole Stoddard. But Ed Kikoski he keeps coming at you. He's not giving up.
No, he's very.
And he just picked up 2 points. 12-7. Yeah, Kikoski got that 2 points on that takedown. Final minute and 10 seconds. These things have come to a little bit of a standstill over there on the edge. Both of these wrestlers have to be exhausted at this point. They have really thrown everything they have into this.
Exactly. They haven't wasted any time out there. They've been going right at it from the beginning. And that really can show up in the third period.
Stoddard desperately trying to escape. Kikoski's got him. Kikoski was close.
Now the shoulders are outside the mat.
I thought that was going to be a pin. The ref was right there, though. Well, that's one way to rally from a 5-point deficit if you can pull off the pin. You came close.
Yeah, that's the interesting thing about wrestling. You can be way behind, but you can close the deal with a pin and go home.
You know, this is the second time I've seen this employed by Stoddard, who's on the bottom. But when the action starts, he looks like he's just getting up and trying to hit for out of bounds as quickly as possible.
Right.
To try to preserve his 5-point lead.
Well, that's an example of you'll see if you try to sit on a lead, the officials will pressure you to make a move, warn you for stalling or fleeing.
Kikoski trying to go for the pin on Stoddard again. Stoddard's defending the best he can. And Stoddard got out of that one. 18 seconds left in the match. It's a 5-point match, but Kikoski's putting all the pressure on.
He sure is.
To try to win this with a pin. He knows it's going to be almost impossible to make up 5 points in 18 seconds. This has been one of the more entertaining matches of the day thus far.
He's using the alternate 3-point stance.
Oh, okay. Is there an advantage that? Oh, Stoddard decided he was going to go for the pin. It picked up 2 more points on the takedown. And that's the end of the match, an exciting one at that. The score, it doesn't look like it from the score. Cole Stoddard from Lynnhaven wins 17-7 over Ed Kikoski from Princess Anne. But you wouldn't know it by watching that match. You would not know that there was a 10-point win for Stoddard. And our first round, 62nd. And the action starts right away between Williams and Varga. Both looking for that entry point, that advantage to start with.
He's trying to get an arm drag.
Williams trying to go low.
Reeling in that single leg.
Varga comes over to the top. Williams trying to fight his way through. Varga had Williams on his head there for a second. Williams still fighting to get up. Varga holding him down so he can get some sort of leverage.
He's got him in a cradle, a reverse cradle. From the standing position, but he lost it.
And the referee cautions him. Bradley Varga picked up 2 points in that little sequence. And that was the end of the first round there. So we start the second. It's a 90-second round. Bradley Varga from Corporate Landing is up 2-0 over Kamar Williams from Plaza.
And that was a lot of action in that first period for just 0-2.
It was. Neither one of them wasted any time. Varga starts on top of Williams this time. They'll start the round. And down they go. Kamar Williams trying to get leverage on him, but Varga back to the top. Kamar trying to roll him.
He's trying to employ a half Nelson, which sometimes can backfire on you.
We have made a caution.
Penalty, penalized 1 point for locking hands on top.
Ah.
That's a real common middle school penalty.
Just lack of experience?
Right. When you're on top and your man is down on the mat, you can't lock your hands unless you're going for a cradle. Once they stand up on their feet, you can lock your hands.
Okay. Well, Williams is able to benefit from a point on that. Right now, Bradley Varga's up 2-1 over Kamar Williams. Varga's wearing the navy blue with Columbia blue trimmed singlet, representing Corporate Landing Middle School Jets. And Kamar Williams with the black with the orange trim for Plaza, the Trojans. Unless it's a true navy blue, I can't tell from here. Their colors being blue and orange. And Williams picks up 2 points, and with 33 seconds left to go here in the second, he's up 3-2 over Bradley Varga.
All right, coach called for locking hands again.
And the Corporate Landing coaches were really imploring for Varga to get up. So he ends up picking up the point off the violation there, and it's now a tie score 3-3, 24 seconds left in the second round. They go to the start position. Williams on top, Varga at the bottom. Varga got up in a hurry that time. They're both down on the mat again. Kamar Williams on top still. Varga looking for his opportunity to strike back. Williams trying to push him back to the mat. And the round ends. As we go into the third and final round here at the 138-pound weight class, our score's knotted at 3. Kamar Williams from Plaza and Bradley Varga from Corporate Landing.
Okay, so we're in a 3-3 situation in the third period.
Well, which one will play within himself and which one will get desperate to score? Sometimes that desperation can lead to bad things.
It sure can. We could end up in another sudden death situation.
I mean, this is a situation where one slight mistake can cost you the match here. Tied with a minute to go. Williams trying to be the aggressor here.
He's got a nice cradle set up there if he can materialize. But it didn't materialize.
Varga's got a hold of Williams' left hand, so he can't do anything with that. And he picks up a point on the escape. Bradley Varga with a timely escape to give him a point and a 1 point lead. Williams trying to take Varga down and does for 2.
Takedown.
Yep. Jumps back into the lead by 1. Out on the edge of the mat. Ref stops that. Brings him back to the center. 23.5 seconds to go. The coaches are reminding Bradley Varga, look at the time. This is how much time you have left to become city champion. Kamar Williams up 5-4. He's on top. Varga will start this restart at the bottom. Varga comes down on top. Came down on top for a potential pin.
Whoa.
Kamar Williams fought it off. back down. And Varga's effort has left him as the top dog standing at the 138-pound weight class. He wins 8-7 in a flurry of activity in the last 15 seconds of that match.
That sure was. I didn't know who was going to end up on top in that situation.
Both wrestlers did what they could, to win that match. Match has begun. 60-second first round.
Going for a headlock. Wasn't able to convert it, but
Pearson from Larkspur is wearing the green ankle wrap. The Brandon wrestler, Justin Deminsky in the red. Pearson's already up to the up. We've got it. We just had an escape there, so we're up to
3-2.
Justin Deminsky's up 3-2 right now in a quick and active first round.
Another flurry of activity.
Yeah. And it winds down the last seconds. And the round ends. Justin Deminsky from Brandon is up 3-2 over Elijah Pearson from Larkspur. Pearson got here by a pin 73 seconds into his first match. Justin Deminsky also won by fall at 2:26 into his match in the semis. So both equally matched and both fairly well accomplished. Deminsky from Brandon on top, trying to roll the Larkspur wrestler over, who escapes.
Lost control of a reverse cradle, and he was reversed in the process.
So Deminsky finds himself up or down now 4-3 on that one. As Pearson from Larkspur was able to scramble out of that and make that reversal. Pearson on top trying to get something going here, and he takes Deminsky down.
Really bearing down on him. Top man's really looking for that cradle.
Pretty popular move for this age group, I see. They also, but I guess that's a basic move in all of this, isn't it?
It is.
Deminsky finds himself into trouble. He was going over to make a move and ended up on his back. Pearson desperately trying to get it, and Deminsky is doing everything he can to turn around, and he spoils that effort. 20 seconds left in the round, and he just picked himself up a nice little reversal. Deminsky.
I don't think he's awarded the points yet. He's got.
Well, Deminsky got himself out of a little bit of trouble there. He was very close to being pinned, but Pearson still made all the right moves and managed to pick up a couple of points. Deminsky did pick up one in that sequence, but with the final round starting here at 90 seconds, we've got Pearson from Larkspur up 7-4. And Deminsky's yanked to the mat by Pearson. Pearson trying to do anything he can to get some leverage and turn Deminsky and finish this.
Top man's really doing a great job of breaking down that near arm and applying the pressure from the top.
Deminsky tried to counter, but Pearson was right there to drive him back to the mat. Deminsky trying to get Pearson's left arm away from him so he can actually make some movement. And Deminsky gets him down. Deminsky picks up 2 points.
So we got a 6 to 7 point match here. And he's going for the reverse cradle.
1 point match with 40 seconds left to play. And Deminsky's lost his headgear. But he's still in a commanding position over Pearson, but he's got to make something happen quick because he trails by 1. 25 seconds left in the match. And the ref's seen enough of that. He'll get him back up. Deminsky will put his headgear back on. 23.5 seconds left here in this match. 7-6, Pearson from Larkspur over Dominski from Brandon. Dominski's on top. He's got to make something happen in a hurry.
Yeah, it's incumbent on him to make some points get up on the board. He's really working to get that cradle. And he may have it. He's rocking him back. And he did.
He got 1 point on the escape for Pearson. That should give him. Oh!
But it was.
Okay. So Dominski did pick up 2 points, and Pearson, with that last second escape there, was able to stay in the match. And it's 8-8 as we go into an extra 90-second period. First score wins.
That's a good example. When you go for an aggressive pin, you overextend yourself, and that's the risk of going after someone in a pin.
And Dominski, with that final takedown here in the extra period, gives him the 2 points needed to win a sudden death match.
And from Independence Middle School, Braxton Wallace.
Braxton Wallace from Independence. Not letting him have his way. Braxton Wallace in the red singlet. Shawan Green in the black. The Bayside. Bayside Raiders. He's trying to roll Wallace. Wallace trying to get out of it and try to keep his shoulders off the mat as long as he can, but Shawan Green's pretty.
He's getting a reversal here, or an escape, possibly. That should be it right there.
Shawan Green's up by 5 here at the end of that first period. Braxton Wallace, he's shown some quickness, but Shawan Green's strong.
He really surprised him on that takedown. He locked up his arms and then tripped him.
I stand corrected. It's a 5-1 score here as we start the second round, a 90-second round. Shawan Green getting to work early, quickly. Braxton Wallace trying to stay out of trouble. Now he's trying to roll Green. And Braxton Wallace picks up 2 on the reversal. He's trying to roll him over. He's got it both on their backs. He's trying to pull Green on his back. There it is. Braxton Wallace wins by pin. Both wrestlers looking for an advantage here early in the match. Find themselves out on the fringe. Again, that's Jones from Larkspur in the purple. Yoakum from Plaza in the black.
Plaza wrestler. Very aggressive.
Very nice move. And Sean Yoakum from Plaza picked up 2. They go to the restart. Jones will be on top. I'm sorry, Jones is on the bottom, and it's Yoakum on top from Plaza. Yoakum was quick on that restart, but Jones was just as quick to defend.
He sure was. And he's got him on his back
Jones,
now.
there he is.
And that's the end of it.
And that's Sean Yoakum's second consecutive pin. He won in the semifinals in 12 seconds. Martinez from Independence is in red. Frazier from Princess Anne in the black. Martinez trying to get Frazier down quickly. Both into the mat in 8 seconds. Martinez going for a pin quickly. Frazier's on his back. Yeah. And that didn't take long, folks. A pin. 17 seconds into the match, wins it for Michael Martinez from Independence. 16th and final match of the day. Yeah, if you remember back in our first round at the 71 pounds, this is a little bit different, folks. Anyhow, Yokes in Lynnhaven in the navy blue with the orange trim singlet. Schmidt from Salem in the dark with the gray trim. Should be an even match. Both of them advanced with pins in their semifinal matches. Clay Schmidt advanced with like 28 seconds into his match. Both looking for an advantage. They started off in the upright position, the neutral position, and both are just looking for some sort of an advantage or some leverage there. Schmidt's trying to get Oates off the mat. Schmidt takes Oates down and is on top. It picked up 2 points on that takedown.
He got
10 seconds left in the first match.
He got both hands wrapped around his upper torso, and that's really tough to
He's going for
defend
the pin.
yourself
He's going
from.
for the pin. And the round's over with. So, in a way, Alex Oates was saved by the bell on that one because I think Mr. Schmidt had plans for planting his shoulders on that mat. That's Oates on top. Oates trying to get Schmidt to the mat. Schmidt has some other ideas. Oates still on top. Schmidt's currently up 6-0, and he just picked up an extra point, possibly for a violation.
It may have been locking hands. I didn't see that actually happening.
Well, the refs are explaining, and they're also, not only are they explaining, but they're demonstrating too, so that the young men use this as a learning experience as well. Schmidt starts off on the bottom on this restart with a 6-0 lead. 1:11 left in this second round. Oates trying to be the aggressor, pick up some points to narrow the gap, or even just settle it with a pin. The pins are very prevalent at these upper weight classes. These two wrestlers are very evenly matched. Oates grabs Schmidt's ankle while he's got him around the shoulders. Oates is still working him, still on top. Can't get a point. I think Schmitz might be perfectly content to just sit there in that slower pace, eat up some time with a 6-0 lead.
Exactly.
Not make a mistake, not give in.
Well, the official probably won't let him do that, but the top man really is pulling a lot of pressure on him. It really makes it hard to move.
10 seconds in the round. And Oates just can't get a break. He just can't get anything. And Schmidt comes back around.
Reversal with no time left on the
Schmidt
clock.
picked up 2 with the reversal right at the end of that round. Commanding 8-0 lead going into the third and final round. For Oates, it could very well be the only thing that's going to save him would be a pin. He's just not been able to pick up the points as it needed. Schmidt's just been too crafty in a defensive mode.
Exactly.
Not giving him anything to work with.
That's probably
not playing into the pace.
That's probably the only arrow in his quiver at this point with that kind of margin.
They start in the upright neutral position. Schmidt cautiously keeping an eye on Oates. Oates went low. Schmidt ends up on top. Oates is driving. Oates is trying to drive him back on his back. He's got him in the leg lock around the head. Oates is not giving up on it. He's
No.
trying to roll him back. Schmidt, nice job on turning around so he wouldn't be pinned.
He's going to have to do something with it from here.
Oates did pick up 2 points, but he's still down by 6 with 45 seconds to go. Oates desperately trying to swing Schmidt over onto his back. Schmidt's not having anything to do with it. He's just hanging on to Oates' arms, so Oates can't use his arms. And there he goes. They're both upright again in the last 20 seconds of the match. And Schmidt comes back out with a 2-point reversal. Up 10-2 now.
And a pin. Well, it was a lopsided score, but I really have to admire both of them. They were really working hard out there.
And now we've got 16 brand new citywide champions, individuals at the middle schools, and it's time to recognize the team champion here for the 2015 Virginia Beach Middle School Wrestling Championship. That would be Princess Anne Middle. As you saw, they were trotting out an awful lot of numbers of finalists there. Don, how do they win? I mean, how does a team win the championship?
Sheer numbers. You get that many people into the finals, it's really hard to go away without the gold.
Yeah. Well, congratulations to Princess Anne Middle and all the competitors this year. Very exciting time out here. So with that brings our 2015 Virginia Beach City Middle School Wrestling Championships to a close. For everyone here with VBTV and my partner right here with Don Drew, I'm Jeff Barba. Hey, thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you next time.